Court 43059. Class A. Submitted by witness on Saturday, November 30, 2013. Early morning motorist is surprised to have a second sighting near Summerville. Year 2013. Season: summer. Month: July. Date: not sure. State: Georgia. County: Chattooga County. Location details: I will only give this in the strictest of confidence. Nearest town: Summerville. Observed: okay. Have gave it a lot of thought. I will not give exact location. I have lived here my whole life. Close to 50 years. So most of the locals know me. But I will say it is in Chattooga County, Georgia. Just a little north of Floyd County. I leave for work before daylight. I live way out in the sticks, as folks say. I hadn't been a mile or so from home when my headlights caught something I first took to be some idiot in a monkey suit, but then I thought, why on earth would anyone do that out here in the middle of nowhere before daylight? I would guess within 20 feet of it. My mind was trying to get some realistic answer. It was not a bear. This thing stood, I would guess 7 to 8 feet. This thing stood upright just like you and me does. It stopped about in the middle of the road. I stopped to keep from hitting it, still unsure of what it was. I got a very good look at it. What it was I don't know. What I saw looked just like a big huge monkey walking upright just like you and me do. Will some people say I'm crazy? Sure they will. That's okay, I wouldn't believe it ever if I hadn't been the one that seen it. Other witnesses? Number: just me. I was going to work. Time and conditions: I leave the house at 6 a.m. So 10 to 15 mts after 6 a.m. Dark. The only light was my headlights. Environment: Pine Farmer Creek is probably about 500 yards from where I saw the thing in the road. Follow-up investigation report by BFRO investigator David Baccarat. I spoke with the witness by phone, and he seemed sincere. He was careful not to fill in blanks and genuinely unnerved at what he saw. He was headed to work at his usual time of 6 a.m. It was still dark, so he had his headlights on. Approx 1.5 miles from home, he noticed a large shape on the right side of the road coming into view. It was about 500 featuring a head and standing on 2 legs. He emphasized this animal was not hunched over. It was looking to the other side, as if contemplating whether to cross or not. It never looked directly at him. As he approached the animal, he was slowing almost to a complete stop. Just 30 feet from where it stood, it decided to cross, took 3 large steps, and was across the 2-lane road. He said it looked like a fully erect gorilla with longer arms and a more human-shaped, round head. Its hair color was dark brown with some gray. Its skin around the face was leathery, and it was at the very least 7 featuring tall. His surprise at seeing this creature was compounded by the fact he believes he had seen it before, 25 years ago, except it was a little thicker and not as gray. The witness related this story to me, but only if I promised to keep the other participants' identities vague and the location a secret. When he was 12 years old, he was hunting with 2 family members on a mountain not too far from his house. They were coon hunting with 3 seasoned dogs. All of these dogs were fierce, and one especially, a blue tick, was afraid of nothing. They were sitting on the bed of the truck in a small clearing. It was around 3 a.m. on a clear night with plenty of moonlight. The dogs were running in the woods and would bay when they treed a raccoon. As they sat there talking, the dogs began to bark and cry. The men could hear them running toward the truck. The dogs broke out of the tree line about 200 feet away, came over a small rise and were making a dead run for the truck. They never slowed down and jumped right into the arms of the hunters and cowered into the very front of the bed. The men could hear something else coming. It was making a lot of noise with screams and grunts. It also broke out of the woods, and they could see it come over the same rise. It was shaped like a huge man, but looked exactly like a silverback gorilla with longer arms and legs. It stood erect and was chasing the dogs. The witness said it seemed ticked off. It never slowed down either and was headed straight for the truck. One family member grabbed the young witness by his collar and yanked him back into the truck bed while the oldest leapt for the driver's seat. They sped out as the creature came within 10 feet of the truck. When they got home, they excitedly recounted the details and reluctantly agreed to go back in the morning. They got little sleep that night, and returned the next day to look for any evidence of the creature. Upon arriving at the site, they saw clear footprints of where the creature had crossed the clearing and approached the truck. The oldest witness did not like this, grabbed a branch and scratched out all the visible tracks. He then told the other 2, including our original witness, to never speak of this. Both never did, until this retelling. One of the 3 witnesses has since passed on. The other will not speak about it. I sent the witness the link to Pete Travers' Painted Cave website and asked him to pick one of the sketches out that most resembled what he saw. About BFRO investigator David Baccarat. David has 3 daughters and a wife that shares his interest in research, both having developed a deep respect for nature and knowledge of the outdoors and wildlife. Attended Northern Florida Expedition 2011, 2012 Washington EXP, and 2012 North Florida EXP. Prior US Navy and currently works as a leasing agent, spending his time off in the woods as often as he can investigating Bigfoot reports.